My royal rogues, you know how so many people say that you have to, well, be the better person, you have to be compassionate, you have to be kind. And I say that you have to be kind in most occasions, but sometimes you have to make a stand and call people on their BS and stop them in their tracks. And this is the case of what is going on with this person, Ngozi Fulani, Marlene, or whatever she is called, whatever is her name. Ngozi Fulani, who sparked a royal race row by revealing she was repeatedly asked where she really came from by a member of the Buckingham Palace household, has announced she is temporarily stepping down as CEO of Sister Space. Who cry harder? This is what you got. This is what she got from trying to race bait Lady Susan Hussey, because, well, the main target was actually Queen Camilla, but she couldn't do that. So she had to, well, pick the nearest white lady she could find for her own purposes. And this is what she was claiming on Good Morning Britain.
If you have to ask somebody for an apology, it is not an apology. I'm just making the point so that everybody understands, yeah? I don't see what is so hard to say, I'm sorry.
You know, this absolutely looks like she was dumped, she was booted, and she was looking for empathy. She's looking for, I don't know, a pity, sympathy, whatever. She's playing the professional victimhood that, well, her bosses, Harry and Meghan, have been displaying for so long and are so adept at doing. But, well, that technique, that tactic is losing effect, at least on the general public. Sadly, Buckingham Palace did not react the right way back then.
You sent me an invitation, so you know how to find me, you know how to say sorry. If you're sorry, then say sorry. If you're not, I get it. But when you make this apology to everybody, I don't know who you're apologizing to, but one thing, it's International Women's Day.
Right. It is.
Yeah? You sent...
I have to tell you, I cannot stand her face. How she talks with that, oh, I'm a victim, boo-hoo, poor me. Do you know how to say sorry if you're sorry, then say sorry if you're not? What kind of drivel is this? I don't care. I don't care. I believe in equality. I believe in equality. I don't care what is your gender. I don't care what is your race. I care about you responding to the consequences of your actions. No matter who you are, what is your color, what do you have between your legs, I don't care about any of that. And she is no different. And she begins to claim that, oh yeah, it's International Women's Day. And notice the arrogance. Look at those eyebrows. Look at those eyebrows. Oh, it's International Women's Day. It's like, this is plain manipulation. And I'm telling you, this is just gaslighting. This is plain BS. And I'm so angry that Buckingham Palace just bent their knee to her without asking questions back then.
And we, the Sister Space charity has suffered as a result, direct result. When you think that this was supposed to be for violence against women and girls, because of this incident, the violence has been directed to me.
Again, she is making that personal. The violence has been directed to me. But yeah, you were the first one with malicious intent. It was not. It was acting in bad faith. What do you expect from this? I'm always asking, what do these people expect from this? If you're sorry, tell me you're sorry. And Ngozi Fulani slams Buckingham Palace for not apologizing to her properly. Following race row with the Lady Susan Hussey, you will remember that event. But first, speaking to ITV's Good Morning Britain on International Women's Day, Miss Fulani revealed she would be taking leave of her role at Sister Space. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. A charity which helps Afro-Caribbean women who have faced domestic abuse. She says the organization has suffered as a direct result of the row with Lady Susan, who was Queen Elizabeth II's most senior lady-in-waiting, and claims violence has been directed towards her following the incident. The service users and the community can't access us properly, she said. This whole thing has cost us a fortune because we had to pay our own PR to stop the press from coming up. It was horrible. I don't understand. You are saying that you were the victim, right? And you were attacked and you wanted an apology. And you got your apology. You got a meeting with Lady Susan, and you got a letter from Buckingham Palace. You got everything that you demanded. You were the winner, and now you are complaining. How strange that your PR had to stop the press from coming up. I mean, you were doing nothing wrong, I guess. Ms. Fulani met with Lady Susan in person in December to discuss the issue, but she today hid out at the palace. Who knows why 2 months later, 3 months later, she's doing this, which had publicly issued an official statement of apology after the incident. She told Good Morning Britain, who are they apologizing to? If you're sorry, tell me you're sorry. All bollocks. You remember this, Sister Space from December. Mixed feelings about yesterday's visit to Buckingham Palace. 10 minutes after arriving, a member of the staff, Lady Susan Hussey, approached me, moved my hair to see my name badge. The conversation below took place, and all that. Oh my God, this is just unnerving. How a professional victim makes an entire organization to bow down and just kick Lady Susan Hussey out, and you cannot tell me that it was not like kicking her out immediately without asking questions. I mean, that's not something that's not the way that you treat your greatest, longest running lady in waiting. I mean, if that happens to her, if no question asked, you are kicked aside, what will be for the rest of the courtiers? That is not how you foster loyalty. I'm going to tell you that. That's how you make everyone nervous, because everyone will be afraid of doing the wrong thing or moving or speaking the wrong words at these situations, because you know that the palace is not going to back you up at all. They're going to force you into apologizing, even if you did nothing wrong, as they did with Lady Susan Hussey. This is not a backbone, and I'm going to repeat this every time I can. I'm glad that Lady Susan Hussey is back at her role, but this should not have happened this way. And this was Buckingham Palace words back then. We take this incident extremely seriously and have investigated immediately to establish the full details. No, you did not. In this instance, unacceptable and deeply regrettable comments have been made. We have reached out to Ngozi Fulani on this matter and are inviting her to discuss all elements of her experience in person if she wishes. In the meantime, the individual concerned would like to express her profound apologies for the hurt caused and has to step aside from her honorary role with immediate effect. All members of the household are being reminded of the diversity and inclusivity policies which they are required to uphold at all times. What does this sound like? It's not like she stepped aside. If she steps aside and the people at Buckingham Palace knows that there's no reason for her to step aside, that stepping aside will be an admission of guilt, and there could be no admission of guilt because she did nothing wrong, then they would have stopped her, but they didn't, because they don't have what it takes to stand against the woke mob. That is the problem. And to some point, I understand they don't want to steer more controversy, but this never helps. This never works this way. They will always demand more. Look at all those celebrities that begin to pander to the woke mob. They say, oh, yes, 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 that's one thing they do wrong, and the woke mob are going to eat them exactly the same as everyone else. There's no room for hypocrisy here at all. According to the palace, at this meeting filled with warmth and understanding, Lady Susan offered her sincere apologies for the comments that were made and the distress they caused to Miss Fulani. Lady Susan has pledged to deepen her awareness of the sensitivities involved and is grateful for the opportunity to learn more about the issues in this area. How embarrassing! How embarrassing. I have one more word to say about this, thanks to Aquia Awafi. Dear Squatties, this is regarding all that we have seen and heard today about the titles of Archie and Lily, and this is also relevant to this. It's me again. We are happy to welcome you to the Royalist side. Like a licensing agreement for software companies, I hope you know by celebrating the king bestowing titles on the Sussex children, you are now agreeing that 1. Harry has agreed that his kids be part of the racist, unconscious biased, outmoded institution. Number 2, it is no longer tenable for you to want to abolish the institution. Number 3, that Harry has willing signed his kids up to more generational pain. Number 4, that Meghan lied, or if I'm charitable, displayed her ignorance on Oprah concerning the issue of titles. Number 5, that Meghan cares about titles and fishbowl, linked, not ranked, is a fallacy. Number 6, that Harry wants both family and institution. Number 7, that you back the institution you claim support PDFs. And number 8, that the Sussexes are nothing without the royal family. So this is it. You attack the royal family for being racist. You want to bait the royal family into being racist. But your connection, your overlords, Harry and Meghan, are still fascinated. They cannot, it's not a fascination. The fascination is with the money they want to milk from those titles. And these people, these fans, this Sussex squad cannot see that. And if they see it, they just don't want to pay attention to that because they just want to fit into their own delusional agenda or whatever it is. You can see that I'm really triggered by this because I think this was an injustice from the start. And my advantage of being Latino is that I could not care less about race. I mean, this whole race thing is nonsensical. In Latin America, we are all mixed. I'm mixed to a way that you cannot understand. So this is not something. This is something out of this world. That's still this baiting. That is still this victimhood. That is still this manipulating and gaslighting whole organizations, because you felt hurt by someone asking you where are you from. This is something really unsettling, and I will not stop talking about this every time this kind of topics keep popping up on my timeline. My Royal Rogues, my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue, and until we meet on another video or another live, remember the 2 most important words: much love and bliss.